Good afternoon and welcome to Bull Market Stock Show. This is your host, Rian Dobson, and we have one hell of a show today where we will look at the Reserve Bank of New Zealand that actually tightened policy this morning. But the New Zealand dollar is actually going down. At the last time I checked, it was down by actually 1%. Then we have gas prices that hit record highs yesterday, and even gold prices that are actually still climbing. And this is all to do with the high demand that's coming from China. And also the power crisis that is actually happening in China, that is actually affecting global markets. The big question is, will the sell-off continue, that what is actually currently happening after the break?
Keep your finger on the market pulse with the News Alerts tool. Stay up to date on the latest sentiment across all the major asset classes. Uncover bullish or bearish signals tied to specific assets that could be developing before major price moves, and track how news sentiment correlated with price in the past. Track the news volume on an asset, its fear index, and get a better feel for its underlying strength. All with News Alerts, your central hub for market information. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
Good afternoon and welcome to Bull Market Stock Show. This is your host, Rian Dobson. I do apologize for starting a bit late today. I just had some other issues that I needed to sort out. But there's a link below. Please click on the link, register your free account on markets.com and fund it with $250. There's also a YouTube link below, and there's also a link that goes to my website where you can actually also look at my videos, because we are not sure about social media nowadays. So please, if something happens, you can go to my website. There is a link below where you can also watch also my live show and some other content as well. Now, with today's show, it's all about the risk sentiment. And the big question is, will the sell-off actually continues? Now, if you look at certain things, this is actually my markets.com account. This is now if I look at the energy stocks is all in the red. That is now oil, natural gas. Today, it's all in the red. And if you look at the shares, although Amazon and Alphabet is a bit recovering of the indexes, which makes it much better to trade with. If you look at the US 30, it's in the red by 1%, and then you have your NASDAQ that is also down about 1%. This is all the futures. And then you have your dollar that is up by a 0.4%. So this is actually one that actually looks like there will be the sell-off. The sell-off will continue. Now, the other thing is actually Asia coal prices hit new highs as global utilities scramble for fuel. Now, this news actually came out yesterday, and then we have the gas prices in Europe. No sign of stopping. Gas price in Europe just hit another record. Now, all of this combined is actually where the risk sentiment is on now, because we have the coal prices that are reaching all-time high, and China is actually now searching all over for coal, whether it's in Africa, Australia, not Australia because they have storage with Australia, but Africa. And this also leads to other problems for Africa, because obviously I think we might also get some problems when it comes to electricity, because obviously we are still highly dependent on coal. But the thing is, where the risk sentiment is coming from is this heavy commodity prices that are actually climbing, especially when you look at natural gas, coal prices that are climbing, and it's just keep on climbing. And then we have another problem. Because of this, we have the bond market that is actually erupting. The yields are actually going up quite heavily. And that normally, if the yields erupt so quickly, then you're sitting with another problem where you have actually people, it's risk sentiment, or the risk is on, and then people actually run to the dollar in this regard, obviously to run to the safe haven. So will this trend continue? I think absolutely yes. And I think it will go actually further on. On the story of New Zealand, the New Zealand dollar is actually going down, even though they raised the interest rate this morning and said that they will start to taper more or reduce their stimulus. The problem is it was already priced in, and the market already knew what they're going to do. The market knew that they're going to lift up the interest rate to 0.5%, and they will reduce the monetary policy, or they will actually reduce their tapering. So in this regard, actually, it is not a surprise to the market. The market actually sell off. There was someone actually asking me yesterday, will actually the New Zealand dollar goes up. And I was like, if the best thing is if you read the statement first, then you can see afterwards, will it go up or will it go down? But all of those things are already priced in. So the message was basically, do not buy actually the New Zealand dollar. So those are the things that actually are riddling the market now. But I think it's definitely the bond market. And two, it is the commodity prices, especially if you look at natural gas and if you look at the gold prices that are actually climbing. All the energy stocks, although it's a bit down now, but that is actually the ones that actually put the market into a low. The other problem is we sit in an ADP non-farmers payrolls that will come out later today. Now, that will show the market if the US economy is creating jobs or not. Now, I don't feel comfortable about the ADP non-farmers payrolls that will be a positive sign there. I doubt it. I also doubt for the NFP. I will actually give my prediction for you regarding to NFP, but I don't see actually that the NFP, the ADP non-farmers payrolls will actually come out strong later today. Now, if it's a negative number, what will be the reaction? The thing is, I personally think that if the ADP non-farmers payrolls come out negative, we might see the dollar actually go slightly a bit down. But that is an if, because you also have the possibility if ADP comes out bad, you might see the dollar goes up, because that means that the US did not recover, or the US job market is still not good. And that might actually put some uncertainty in the market, and that might push the market down. But it is a big one. But the best thing is rather to look at the news at I think it's 2:15 South African time. That is where the ADP non-farmers payrolls come out. Because the other side also, if there's a negative number, the market might see that the Federal Reserve will still go on with its loose monetary policy because of the job numbers that is bad. So there's a bit of doubt when you look at ADP. The best thing is, what I will do, I will definitely not look. I will look at it, but I will definitely not place any trades when it gets to the ADP non-farmers payrolls news. The best thing is to look at the news first, but as things stand, it looks like the risk sentiment is on, and I have a good feeling that it will go down due to all the commodity prices that are rising. And I think it will just push on with the bond market that will go up, and the dollar just might get stronger, which is not good for the market. So that is it from my side today. I hope you guys have a lovely day, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube page. Also register your free account on marcus.com, fund it with $250, and get my classes absolutely free. That is it from my side. I will see you guys tomorrow at the same time at 1 o'clock. Bye-bye.